It was horrible. It was awful. And that's when they really try to push they're together and could have been this happy
Yeah,
family if not
yeah.
for the aliens. And I'm like, and if also not because they're both homosexuals. Like, let's be real.
Okay, well, listen,
Please, yeah, what's your
I
gay
feel like I
synopsis?
went much simpler with my gay synopsis. My gay synopsis for the X Files. I can't do anything tonight. So here's my gay synopsis for the X Files. Mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry, mommy.
So that's just how you feel about Scully.
Yeah,
Well,
it's,
yeah.
just,
Okay.
it's just a lot of us had a lot of feelings about Gillian Anderson growing up, and it's fine.
Mhm.
It is what it is, okay?
Have you seen, because this is, when I'm doing my research today. Yes, I have not watched the X-Files, but I look some shit up. I'm looking online.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Scully effect? Do you
No.
know what that is? Okay,
What,
so people were saying that the Scully effect was that like after the show came out, like so many more women were going into STEM, right?
oh.
But then there's like a bunch of memes that are saying like the Scully effect is actually just Scully turning people into lesbians.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be.
like the Scully effect
I was
is
like,
just
yeah, it
like
makes you
every
gay.
single, like
That
not
you're
going
gonna
into
give
STEM, like
us-
becoming lovers of women.
You're
Yeah.
gonna
Like,
give us
that's it.
Gillian Anderson walking around in those fucking power suits for like how many goddamn seasons?
Yeah.
And you think we're all coming out straight from that
No,
experience? Like,
no. Remember
in
the
what
episode?
world?
Yeah, remember the episode where like someone takes over her body and she becomes like dark Scully and she like gets a tattoo and she's all sexy? Changed me for life. Come on. She gets that lower little back tattoo in Ouroboros and I was like, oh hell
Oh
yeah,
my
baby. Like,
God.
wow.
You
Whew.
gave us what? I mean, I'm gonna stick with like the original ones that I watched. So you gave us what, like 9 seasons of Scully just going around like raising one eyebrow and looking, skeptically at things around her and like busting down doors. No, sir, we are not. Come on.
Yeah.
We
Lesbian.
left changed people.
I do feel like a lot of people have been asking us to do a Should Have Been Gay in the X-Files for a long time, specifically just because of Scully.
Yeah, I mean Scully
sure.
she's I think a lesbian like icon. I have a Scully tattoo. I have her face literally on my leg.
Oh my God.
It was like one of the
Pan the
probably one of my
camera down. Pan the camera down.
I will say I'm not wearing pants and I could honestly. But it's like half her face and half a skull, so it's like Scully.
Oh my God,
Incredible.
brilliant.
And it's like I truly just like binged X-Files for 2 weeks and was like, yes, this is the thing I want on my body forever. I'm in. Let's go.
Amazing.
That is
Well, maybe
amazing.
on that note, I'll say, usually we get a little bit of the backstory of like, what's your experience with the movie or the show we're going to be discussing. So, how does one end up with?
Yeah, with a giant portrait of Dana Scully tattooed on your leg.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I am not one of those people who watched it growing up, who watched it live. Not at all. Like, don't really. I kind of remember maybe my older sister watching it and being like, this show is scary. I do remember the opening terrifying me as a child and just being like, no, I am not ready for these mysteries of the universe. I can't handle this. And I said no. And it wasn't until I was like 23, 24, and I was dating someone who was like 10 years older than me. And they were like, you gotta watch that. I can't believe you haven't seen it, blah, blah, blah. And we just started binging all of it. And I became obsessed, like started watching it without them. Like, cause obviously anyone who's watched the X-Files is like, you don't watch past like the third or fourth season. And they're like, basically like when it catches up to when the movies come out, that's when it's like, stop watching. It's bad after this. But I kept going. I was just like, I love it. I am all in on X-Files. Even when like Scully and Fox were gone, I was just like, I'm still going. And yeah, I watched the reboots. And I think it's like personally, I'm a big fan of the Monster of the Week episodes. Like I know a lot of people are in it for the overall mystery and who's the smoking man and like, the government. But for me, it's just the weird way that they would comment on current and popular culture with like these weird Monster of the Week episodes that were so terrifying and said so much more than they seem. And I think the episode that did it for me was Home, which is like I think among X-File fans like the biggest, scariest, creepiest one. And it's basically about this family that like
Oh yeah, they stick with you.
yeah, they stick with you. And like that episode, it's not even aliens, it's like a weird incest family that like is all inbred and like goes crazy, and it's so terrifying. And like their mother doesn't have legs and sleeps under a bed, and they just like
Yeah, she's like
wheel
on
her
a little like a
like a little
wheelie.
thing, and it was
Yeah.
it was the scariest thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, this is a network TV show. And
Yep.
it's like the scariest parts aren't even like aliens. The scariest ones are the ones where it's like a human does this, or like they woke up a cicada man who was living in a tree for 300 years. And you're like, oh, humans are the real monsters. Like, whoa.
Mhm.